Great. Well, I think we'll get started. Once again, thank you to everyone who's here joining us today. This is actually our first webinar, and we're really excited to have you join us and hope that it adds value to wherever you're at considering Notre Dame. Maybe you're a current parent or maybe you're an alumni out there, but thank you again for being here with us. My name is Kate Shervin, and I'm an alumnus of the class of 2009, and I am now the enrollment coordinator working here in our enrollment office. And thank you again for considering Notre Dame. And really the topic today is what does make Notre Dame a special place? And I work here because I believe it truly is a special place for young people. And saying that there's so many great options out there, and sometimes it's just hard to differentiate what is the best option for my son or daughter. So our panelists today, we have a teacher at our school and mother of Hounds. We have two of our students, and we also have a current parent who has two children here and has them in the boarding program. So we'll start right away. I'll have Abby and Colby, can you please start and introduce yourself?
Yeah, so I'm Abby Nimigers. I'm a four-year old from White City, Saskatchewan. And I heard about Notre Dame through my sister, who was also a four-year Hound. It was a no-go for me, but this is where I was going to
I'm Colby Whitehead, and I'm from Sun Valley, Idaho, four-year Hound. I heard about Notre Dame just through I had a couple friends that lived in my town, and I was looking for a better athletic academic experience and came here.
Perfect, thank you. And we'll go over to Ulema.
Hello, my name is Ulema Kruger, and I'm a teacher here at Notre Dame. I've been on staff since the fall of 2000, and previous to that I was a teacher in Alberta and Manitoba, and also had a stint overseas in Japan. So I've had a few different places where I've had the opportunity to teach and have been at Notre Dame the longest. So it's kind of neat how that all works out. And I think, as common with a lot of our staff here, we came thinking we would just try it out for a year or two, and now 18 years later, we're still here. So it's kind of neat that way. And I think one of our favorite things as teachers at Notre Dame is the classroom experience and the close relationships you can build with your students and still bring out the fullness of their education. So that's why I'm a teacher here.
Excellent, thank you. And Shannon, if you could please introduce yourself.
My name is Shannon Livingston. I currently have two kids there. My daughter is in grade 10, going into grade 11 next year there, and my son has done grade 10 and 11. He'll be going into his grade 12 year next year there. We have sort of a long connection with the school. My husband and his brother graduated from the school in the 90s. And having said that, it wasn't a definite option for our kids. But it's turned out to be an amazing experience. And the top reason that we chose Notre Dame was the values and morals that they teach at the school and they believe in and they live by are the same as what we have at home.
Fantastic, thank you, Shannon, and thank you for being on the call today. Well, great. Well, we'll get started with the questions. I just want to let people know that we will be also showing a virtual tour of our campus at the end of this webinar, so about 4:25, and it just provides a bit of an overview. What does it look like here in Wilcox, Saskatchewan? So if you haven't had the chance to be on campus, hopefully it gives you a bit more of an idea of what is going on here. So we'll get started. I just would love to hear, and Shannon, you kind of answered this already, but if you have anything to add, why did you choose Notre Dame?
the top reason that we chose the school was the morals and values that are taught at the school on a daily basis are what we believe in at home. You know, the struggle and emerge motto is life. You know, the kids live by that every day. You know, they do struggle and emerge.
Excellent. Yeah. Thank you. And let's go over, like, Colby and Abby, why did you initially choose Notre Dame?
Okay, so for me, I always find, like, whenever I'm preparing for this question, I always think about, if I decide why I chose Notre Dame, it would definitely be the hockey and, like, that stuff that I know. So I often try to change the question to, like, why did I come back after my first year? Just because I think that's more applicable. And this year was the biggest thing is we both got to meet with the Alumni Association with a group of alumnus from 50 years to 20 years. And their tiers of them telling us their stories from their experience 50 to 20 to 10 years ago, I think, like, that says it all. Like, it's about, we're all in this together. You become part of a community that's way bigger than yourself. And I think what keeps us coming back for 4 years is that we're all in this together and, like, what we experience as a family. So that's it for me, for sure.
Well, I chose Notre Dame. I initially chose Notre Dame for hockey. Like, I came here for hockey, and I immediately learned that it was much more than that. I actually don't even play hockey anymore now. I just, like, there's just so many other things that Notre Dame had to offer for me, and I started to figure out who I was. Over the years, I've developed my character, and I've just realized that I want to do something that is larger than one thing. I want to go out in this world knowing that there's more than one thing that I want to do. And thankfully, Notre Dame has given me the skills, and that's initially why I came here, is to develop more who I was.
Amazing. Thank you both. And before I go over to Elena, I want to give some credit to Abby and Colby and just how they've evolved over their Notre Dame experience. It's something amazing as a staff member to watch, and we got to see it too in Shannon's kids and Elena as well. She has 2 students here at the school, so something very special to see is just, yeah, how you do develop that character and start to become, you know, who you want to become. So amazing answer. And Elena, we'll come over to you. Yeah. Why did you choose Notre Dame for your family?
Can you hear me? It says I'm still muted. Oh, there we go. Okay. Well, initially, our children go to school here kind of by default. We live in the village, and my husband and I are teachers here, and this is their designated local high school. And ever since their elementary school days, they went to school at the little St. Augustine school with 53 students. And ever since they were in kindergarten, they've always seen the other Notre Dame students. Our students used to babysit them. It was a really great way for our children to see that teenagers aren't scary and that there's some really nice people who go to school here, and they just got really excited about the lifestyle, the idea of dorm life, of there's always something happening on campus, games to attend, and they just really liked that aspect of it. And so we like that community sense for our children. And so even though by default they are going here because we live and work here, it's more than just that reason. There's all those other issues, as others have mentioned as well. It's the struggle and emerge, it's the sense of community, it's the idea of having someone close by and that there's always something to do. So all of those reasons.
Fantastic. Thank you, Elena. And Colby and Abby, we're going to come back to you. Could you just give us an idea, what is a typical day in the life of a student at Notre Dame? What does that look like?
So for me and Colby, it probably looked a little different this year, but as a hockey player on the Midget AAA team this year, I like to say in the winter, my days started anywhere from 7 and went till 3, or 8 and went till 6. So what's really nice about my day as a hockey player is my practice is scheduled into my academic day. So not only does that shorten my day for what I have stuff to do, but I also get to split up my academic day with activity, with a practice, with something my sport related, which is really nice. And then another thing when I was answering this question is study hour. The thought of study hour for a lot of kids is like coming here is like, oh, we're designated to sit in our dorms for an hour. But the way I think I speak on behalf of everyone when I say it's so nice to have that hour where you're not missing out on anything to get your schoolwork done. Like everyone is in the same boat as you. So instead of saying, oh yeah, like you don't have that designated study hour and some people don't have homework so they're outside playing catch or they're outside at the game, instead everyone's in the dorms studying, getting your stuff done. So I think those are two highlights of my day is just, I don't know.
Yeah, it totally varies. Well, for me, actually for both of us, we're both house leaders in the dorm. So our days kind of are from 7 to 10. You're always with somebody. You're always with, you're always with, like I'm with the grade 9. So I'm living with the 14, 15-year-old kids who are asking me, like I'm kind of teaching them what the Notre Dame experience is all about. And on top of that, I'm trying to manage my schoolwork and if I have a sport and, your days go by fast because you're always busy and you're always doing something. But yeah, I mean, 7:30, wake up, breakfast and school throughout the day. Usually if you're a hockey player, your phys ed block is your hockey practice. So that's a great way to manage your time is, you get your practice done in the middle of the day and then after school you've got academics and time to hang out.
Social life.
Yeah, social life. Completely.
Excellent. And we are in Wilcox, Saskatchewan. And if you don't know the people joining us today, we have about 320 people that live in our community and then about 300 students. And, one thing I think can be maybe a concern is what do you do, right? A lot of students are coming from maybe cities or bigger towns. So can you just speak to that a little bit? Are you ever bored or what do you do in a small community?
Yeah, for sure. And it actually, the same way your days go by really fast, the evenings are split up where you do fall into a routine, but the routine has room for adaptation. So study hour from 6 till 7 every night is something that we can count on. Supper from 4:45 to 5:45, that's something we can count on. And those are all social interactions. But after study, during the winter, I know for sure, like there's a game, there's a rink going on there's a game at the rink going on every night. We have a great SRC. Like there's sometimes too many things to pick from. You can't, sometimes SRC things are, not a lot of people go because there's something else going on campus. So we have a really great SRC that tries to keep activities going all the time. And then in the summer, campus, Saskatchewan weather is for the most part beautiful. It's not so beautiful today, but you're out playing ball, I start rugby in the spring, so there's spring sports which are encouraged, like multiple sport athletes are encouraged, which is another big thing because I know at my other high school I was not allowed to play more than one sport. So yeah, I don't know, you definitely keep busy.
That was one of my worries before I came here, and to always keep busy. And even this year, because Notre Dame is such a hockey school, for me, I said to myself, that was one of my goals, was how am I going to approach it differently this year? And I found myself more busy this year than I have in my past 3 years because I tried to do as much as I could. I played football. I played basketball. I was in SRC. I was in the H4H, which is our Hounds for Humanity, just giving back to the village and the city. And then when you do have your downtime, you're with all your friends. So you're always having fun and you're always just kind of enjoying this little place here.
Great. Thank you for your feedback. That's really helpful. And let's go back to Shannon. Another concern for students and their families is being away from home. And I'm just curious if you'd be willing to share, what is the experience of being a parent of a hound? And, do you have any advice for students and families that, are maybe a little concerned about that change?
For sure. I guess my biggest piece of advice would be to ask as many questions as you can to the school, and also connect with other families and ask lots of questions. What do they do if they get a nosebleed at 3 o'clock in the morning? Who do they go to? It's something that moms think about, right? So asking a lot of questions, get as much information as you can. My experience, well, I had a rule with my kids. If they were going to go, they had to call me every day. So something simple. Hey, I'm alive. I had a busy day. I got to go to hockey. So love you, good night kind of thing. I talk to my kids every day. I feel probably more connected with them than when they were home. I just don't see them all the time. Talk to your kids often. Ask as many questions as you can. That would be my biggest piece of advice.
Thank you, Shannon. And I'm just curious as well, do your kids get homesick, and how do you work with that?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Sure, absolutely. My son's first year of him being out there, he didn't know anybody when he went to the school. He was homesick, but again, it's a struggle and a merge. And this year, I'm sure he doesn't want to be calling me every day, but he does. So definitely. And with my daughter also, homesick, I would say probably for the first month or two. And then they get into a routine. They get used to it. They understand that their parents are still there. They can call anytime. They've got huge supports out there with the other students and the staff and the teachers. And, so I would say, yes, they do get homesick, but it's manageable. They work through it.
Great, thank you. And Elena, just as a teacher, am I unmuted? Oh, sorry. As a teacher, how do you support students in the classroom, maybe a little more at our Notre Dame community? What does that look like for our students?
We have lots of opportunities to touch base with our students, whether it's within the classroom itself, during class. You'll find our teachers are always there working with their students after class. We make time to meet with them at lunchtime. And then we have other opportunities throughout the school day. At 8:15, we have every teacher has student conference hour with their class. They're in their classrooms. Classroom is open and students can come in for extra help, or just to ask some questions about work they're working on, or just need a quiet place to get some work done or to catch up because they've been away at a tournament or some special event and need time to get caught up on their studies. And then additionally, we have some other programs in place like our guided learning center, which is also a catch-up program after school. 3 times a week, 4 times a week, where students can go again under the supervision of a teacher and receive extra help or time to complete the work that they need to do. Or maybe they've even fallen behind and need a little bit of extra support in that respect as well. And so that opportunity as well. And then Abby had mentioned the study hour at 7 p.m. or from 6 till 7 in the evenings. And so we also have, in addition to the students studying in the dorms, we have a classroom building open where students can choose to come and be there with the guidance of a teacher, or sometimes you might put yourself on a mandatory study program where you just need that extra push to help you manage your time and make sure that you're getting your work done. So those processes are all in place. Additionally, we're always sending each other messages through our on-campus program or through email to touch base or say, hey, I haven't seen this assignment, what's going on? Or, gee, I had a hard time last night, can you help me out with this question? And that kind of thing. So communication is there often and regularly, and I find often that myself and my colleagues were always negotiating with students. Okay, if you've got this activity on at this time, let's see if we can meet here at this time. And it doesn't have to be the whole hour. Let's just touch base and we'll see what works for us. So there's a lot of really good negotiating skills being learned. And I think those are valuable skills for our students moving out into the world after they've completed high school, to know how to manage a deadline, or if you're struggling with a deadline, to come up to the person who you're accountable to and to say, look, I'm having a hard time, I'm struggling, I need some help, can you help me? It's not easy to ask for help, and we try to teach our students that it is okay to ask for help, and we're here to support them so that they can learn and become better at getting their work done, managing their time, and being successful overall as student athletes. So those are some of the programs we have in place.
Sorry. Thank you, Elena. And I'll just mention, we do call teachers by their first name. So Elena is Elena instead of Miss Kruger. And it really just speaks to the relationship here at the school. And we do get to know each other really well. And as a student here, I didn't realize just how much my teachers cared about not just how I was doing academically, but as you alluded to, being able to self-advocate and ask for help, and all those important skills that that help you as you graduate and move on. So that's wonderful. And we have about 5 minutes here, so we'll just do the last question. And just to help our families, what do you feel makes the Notre Dame experience or community a special one to be a part of? Why is it special? And why don't we start with, let's start with Abby and Colby, please.
Just what you were saying right there and what Elena was talking about is the relationship that we have with our teachers and with each other is second to none. Like, my teachers are first name, they're my coaches, and they're my support system. Like, at the end of the day, I'm not leaving to go home away from my teachers. They are there. I see them at the rink. If I need something from the city or I need to get away, I wouldn't hesitate to ask any one of my teachers or any one of my coaches and say, hey, could you pick this up? Or, hey, is there any way you could take me into the city? Like, there's just such a trust in each other, and it's not level. It's not, I mean, we have a lot of respect for our staff, but they also have a lot of respect for us, I think.
Yeah, that was exactly what I was going to say, actually. But yeah, it's a friendship. It's a friendship with your staff, with your friends, with your house parents, with your teachers, with everybody. And that's definitely what glues this village together, I think, is the relationships. Yeah, that's why.
Beautiful, thank you. And let's go over to Shannon.
Yeah, I agree with everything that's already been said, basically. I think there is such a great support system out there, and such a great sense of community within the school. And there's a respect level between, the teachers and the students that that we haven't noticed in other situations, other schools. So I think the people, the students, the teachers, the staff, everybody, just such a great sense of community. I'll mute again.
Can you hear me now? Sorry about that. Thank you, Shannon. I think from those two answers, I could work here forever. Thank you for that feedback. And Elena, let's finish with you here. What makes Notre Dame a special community to be a part of?
Well, I think it's a variety of things. I think it's the fact that we've got this academic program with great supports to go with it. We've got top-notch athletic opportunities and an opportunity athletically for kids to try something that maybe they've never tried before and be successful at it. We have our co-curricular activities, we have guest speakers, we have, Abby mentioned, a great SRC that keeps everyone busy. We have that evening and weekend campus life experience that makes our students feel like they really are part of this bigger group and something that is bigger than themselves. And then they can learn how to, I think, another important thing that we need to talk about is we also learn a lot about conflict resolution, right? When you're with someone all the time, you don't always get along, and you learn how to make that work and how to make that happen. And so those are valuable skills as well, that, you know, it's not all roses, it is struggle and emerge, and we have to find our way through that path. And so those are some of those things that help our students achieve and gain some personal growth and become better people.
Wonderful. Thank you, Elena. And we're gonna do one question for Colby and Abby. What would you say to someone, a student considering Notre Dame?
For me, I said, if you're looking for a place where you want to branch out and where you maybe want to step out of your comfort zone and try things that you haven't tried, then this is somewhere where you will thrive. And if that's not who you are, but you will be surrounded by people that's who they are, and any chance that you want to try anything, you will be included and you will be welcomed with open arms. So, I mean, there's a place for literally everyone at Notre Dame. We need all the personalities.
Yeah, do it, for sure. That's the big thing for me. When I decided, I was like, should I do it or should I not do it? And it was the best decision I've made in my life so far. So you definitely, it's your second family. I say that all the time. And it's worth it completely.
Amazing. Thank you guys for answering that question. And I know, you know, I see it in a lot of students. They're feeling the call to be here, but they need support in making that leap. And so to hear that you know, confidence in your decision to be here, it means a lot. And